We were told that on Friday evening, Professor Nana Jane, Vice President of Republic of Ghana, was taken suddenly ill and rushed to
Tonight on Good Evening Ghana, we call out the names of former anti-corruption crusaders who have become members of parliament and are potentially robbing and stealing from the taxpayer by accepting a whopping 200,000 cedi cash for a Get Fund project in their constituency, and also a whopping 150,000 cedis to supervise the project. What a wow! Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, Kwame A+, Javier Sosu, and K. Salato Forsen are all taking this cash. Altogether, it will be 350,000 cedis for each MP. What's the story behind this horrendous approach to sharing Ghana money in Parliament? We have to call them out, and so we will. Also tonight, we wish Vice President Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman well. She will be fine, but the episode reminds us of the hypocrisy, the indecent and insincere political communication perpetrated by Okujeto Ablakwa to gain votes and heap hatred on political opponents. Today the foreign minister is quiet, and we hear he's regularly on phone to the hospital where the VIP is being looked after in central London. What a shame. He must apologize to those he wronged in this matter. Meanwhile, the latest Musa Dankwa post shows the VIP, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, as the NDC's most preferred candidate for the 2028 election. See where Johnson Asedo Ketia ended up, way at the bottom. Well, we'll discuss the detail. Also tonight, former MD of ECG Dubik Mahama has taken center stage to say what we already knew. Containers don't fly out of Tema ports. They don't have wings. More on that. And this photograph taken of Ken Ajapong and Mumuni Baumia occurred at Brian Champon's hotel. What is the MPP up to? And did you see President Akufo-Addo's great physical appearance at 81? Whoa, Here is a man whom God has blessed with a great physical strength. At 81, he looks like 50. Let's see what holds for his legacy. And Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States, has imposed a 10% tax on goods from Ghana. Is Donald Trump reversing the gains of globalization, or is he helping us to think originally and independently for our own sustainability? A full discussion on Good Evening Ghana right now. Welcome aboard.
We were told that on Friday evening, Professor Nana Jane, Vice President of Republic of Ghana, was taken suddenly ill and rushed to the UGMC, that's the University of Ghana Medical Center, for treatment. And over there, it's been said that she needs to be flown outside the country for better treatment. Listen, for better treatment. My brother, this directive, is it coming from the doctors at the UGMC? Did the doctors say they are unable to handle the situation? It's beyond them, and therefore this person would have to be flown outside the country for medical attention? Or is it by the whims and caprices of the office of the vice president to be flown out of the country for medical treatment because the white man is always right and the black man is always wrong? We saw Nana Akufo-Addo flew out of this country night and day to seek medical attention. Bawumia did the same thing. In the wisdom of John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, he has built a number of hospitals, completed a number of them. Today, you can adequately call him the king of hospitals. The Ridge Hospital he built. My brother, the UGMC he built. And many more. My brother, my sister, I was driving the other day around the Ridge area there in some obscured corner. And there was a hospital that came up. I've forgotten the name of it. I think it's a bank hospital or something. And I was told that Mahama built that hospital. My brother, are we just building hospitals without the requisite doctors and nurses to run those places? Or we are still colonial minded, that anytime we are sick, we must seek attention from our colonial masters? I remember Honorable Ablakwa in opposition saying that politicians must be banned from flying outside the country for medical attention. And I believe he said it in the good interest of the Ghanaian. Today, my brother, my sister, I hear Nana Jane is getting ready to fly out of the country, or has she flown out already? What is the sickness? What is the medical condition? Can it not be handled in this country? Or do we keep looking down at our own doctors and medical personnel? Now, the sense behind this thing is this: as long as we push our politicians to stay here and seek medical attention, they will have the health facilities, doctors and nurses in mind whenever they are making policies, because they know that when they are ill, and everybody falls ill time after time, our hospitals will be well equipped to take care of us. I don't agree with Nana Ajimai flying out of this country for medical attention. Once you have made yourself available for political office, you must be ready to bear the consequences. If we have one or two politicians lose their lives in our Ghanaian hospitals, my brother, my sister, I am sure they would be sure to make sure that our hospitals are well equipped. Do you agree with me? We are those who are the sacrifice every time. We have no money to fly abroad. The money we pay as taxes, all these people who claim they are our servants, all of a sudden become our masters. They have the best of health care. They fly out of the nation at will. to take care of themselves, pay huge amounts of money to foreign hospitals and doctors. Our doctors continue to languish in poverty. Nana, if I were you, with all respect, I will stay here in Ghana like President Kufuor did. President Kufuor had a major surgery in a Ghanaian hospital right here. And when he got well, we all applauded him. Today, President Kufuor is still alive. My brother, my sister, all politicians who have given themselves out for public service must remain in this country. They have no right to send their children out to school. Their children must stay in this country, school in this country, stay in this country, go to hospitals in this country, so that at least it will prick them to think about our school and our education and think about our health and our hospitals. Am I making sense? I wish Professor Nana Jane Ajimai a speedy recovery in a Ghanaian hospital and not in a foreign hospital. My brother, my sister, I wanted to go deep into a prophecy I heard Bernard L. Bernard utter, and it all was about the health of the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Ajimai. And this was before the elections. I pray that God has mercy on the Vice President so that she will return to good service and good health.
Wamo say a year mama yare na omo de ne eco hospital. Ye de na ko UGMC. Ye fro ye de ne ko ba foforo. Sabinka Vice President Yaria Ovi, we wish her well. I can get news. And we are not evil. Says a Vice President. And a baby would do can fear when you move. It can hold on and it can news near the bay. We can news near the bay. Yamaranti Kuba, near Dida Yabre. It's a Kamamia the 78 or so. Now or Yaria. We must be able to take proper care of her. So say him funny Benya Samanu. There's nothing wrong with it, except that we keep on telling a year Ghana and for say, when your hospitals in ye, Sabaya, if see a Trumha, I'm a whole sitting president, Yaria Cheno, and not the one the luxury of time. I'm for now, oh, we, Professor Mills, I'm making yet now, a former vice president, Pacosia Misata, oh, a year pick up a cheap, such a sad situation because you are building your facilities here. Educate was see your facilities will be in best condition. Said your bayer kama me yaria, a common beko, and then most modern quabruchiri. No more yen am trusting them, eh, we are sensual, all real fonsa. I showed yes. None of the entire Ukunguram Nabomufuku Kuafua, Udua no for no Bekuna or Pejanensa Echeleno. The entire Pejan and Sachelenese was a walk or media, Camidam to Sau, it's Shamensa, the shows would dear, and a Wukume. Namianam Soke, me and fellows of Sukwachi. The Facebook war home. When him say a new one to fellows of Sukwachi to Minfasa, a press release, and to the Facebook war. Now, if insider report, HLSA. Mamine di kan yare tieni o omi an kan okrenchire o na sa na omo ye ku Professor Mills and this in the bone for first class say ya me ani amre a omo de mame omo bone shoulder pad abi gina wa ku ni say do ku Professor Mills and Professor Mills yare omo timi ne koba an won yare na hwenya no Professor Mills tumika on the tarmac e wa bra proper insem nyina yetum papa sama mene yenyina hu sa no mo de mami so insider report kire say mami ne di kan yare ekoye no sa stroke bi tienio ana mo Rashid ne ko UGMC University of Ghana Medical Center no mo ko ye no mo frefre a doctor for including a Dr. Serebo mu nyina every even Kolibu so mo mra behwe no onim do mo ye maame ne ho ntɔ no ana ɔmo bɔ ne shoulder pad sɛ ɔmo de Professor Mills no so ɔne nkramofo maa no MS no nkɔtu bɛhwɛ anansan wɔbɛse ne nkramofo maa kɔyi ayi bi ne ade meboa wodi akyire kɔtwa meboa satam no ɔyare ɛso ɔma ne ho tɔ no ɔma ma ne ho antɔ no sɛ ɔmo de Professor Mills eti maame ne kɔbaayɛ no ana second what's the stroke nso ebenya wo akobi aya na sheda monka ye e can ma warning ana afedie second one ne buy no it became serious so in any jurisdiction se mami emusuon kwa chire bibi ye no a doctor for mo sanction the release wa bra na mo ni se mo honto no negligence of medical doctors ese etimi si wo mo
precisely so
more fire what I say nobody is wishing some vice president or to so bibi nya no na dia koye nwanwa ne se na vice president yare kovi na kude omanya press release da Kenchasi tuwe okonya prostate cancer the one you to dwa if says oba be leader of the people you are accountable to the people e dey ntino mu ye din na dem dey o mka wasem abranche bi de ayi plane bi beto social media say page no friend sell the bomb wo so and wo sha say question say adan no mo de private jet abesi tarmac ne so se nkoku je to ablakwa e wo ayi a kabaristan ka fe no no akofa ayi dia ba make sense oku je to ablakwa na foreign affairs minister edunim omode could left him amene no yes okay say manfo na hudia we must release the entire year left him amene to sell the bomb the kind of picture we and the one no say can someone explain why air med flight so we a medical flight you the farm ameno you the farm vice president and the koi no man can want someone o man release na me go bisa the entia o man to me release in say in 2016 NDC for share Steve Mallory of African Watch African Watch publication on the African Watch the beto and Akufo-Addo no acute cancer or acute this omobua and this for na share Steve Mallory chimane trust ade so fire anyway mobekai sade the MPP campaign in jeopardy Akufo-Addo has cancer na Steve Mallory nyanchire mu nwie ade ache ya na babies with sharp teeth number 1 Felix Ofosu-Kwakye okotena TV3 yenkonko tie Felix Ofosu-Kwakye nsem hu no kai yenko tie obi yenti
Patriotic President Akufo-Addo is suffering from 3 serious ailments: prostate cancer, what they call acute kidney injury, and a blockage in his coronary artery. That's the flag bearer of the new Patriotic President Akufo-Addo is suffering from 3 serious ailments: prostate cancer, what they call acute kidney injury, and a blockage in his coronary artery. That's the flag bearer of the
anyway Felix Ofosu-Kwakye Dientia ne wontimi mfa maame no o release press statement bi on between social media wo mo call social media wo honkore say we da wa wantimi amfa nto because of some funu saying no mo ye na me say maame ne vice president say himfa ne yesi afakora nya ade ayaresama no a ankanya issue na me bebusa say nanu asem no ade ne siye yes abrantie bi ekonya yare ne ade na ye hospital no wo mysterious ana na nipa ya waba ba ye foreign affairs minister okuja to ablakwa ekogina ahoko keka mbrofo akase say ayi Ghana Web publication say o yamba ne okuja to wey eno say was said we see yire nim shen no afen ne sinimi enu na bete ho eno kwa ne say do be say aka mbrofo me ana menu ano no but won kanu kure yangongo tie do okuja to ablakwa kan ye yangongo tie enye we nya Felix Ofosu-Kwakye de no okuja to ablakwa
policy of no medical treatment abroad for members of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary with immediate effect. There is the need to implement a policy of no medical treatment abroad for members of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary with immediate effect.
Say no. Una foreign affairs minister. And before you bet me the mame Jane, akwa buruchiri no. Esa wo foreign affairs minister. what now facilitating the process by releasing a note verbal or communique to a consulate. Baby, I'm modern call, and I mean, okay, say, Matisse and Grofos, what my men call US in the US. Cleveland Clinic, no cash woman in the corner, or more the bigger branch in the US, but another branch in UK. So, Minoka say a vice president in the US or UK. Cleveland a clinic or UK, away your insider report. So, almost will be inside the same. And to Omode, my many bakwa, as we could to black as foreign affairs minister, and a relay information come your consulate. Say, as you may see, as any part of ABC Ebaho, it Munya chauffeurs ready, Munya servants ready, Munya cars ready, hospital in Bako, when I saw facilitating. It will good to Yebusau. They say, still a policy near Fambra. Now that I want to say, my meno, as what or that. If so, quite a control for no more nature, one no mameno. I don't know one or someone can politics of convenience. We are traveler kwa nuclear strap. Na Dr. Mamadou Baumia Yaria Kotina UK and was an Hoyaria. Young Konya Kosha some of the appalling things. Yayara Koku and also one in Mayaka. Miamina Yayara Koku. Radinya for second one, bra. Where or yeah, any and for second one, bra. Second. Where Jifagunu, but me suffered a stroke. Okay, after strange blood clot gripped him, pulmonary embolism. Diaben. They say, oh, your doctors on social media. 2018. Or more treaty. For now, good evening, Your Excellency, Dr. Baumia. I hope you are doing well. I was very happy to read the post of Mrs. Samira Facebook.
Tonight on Good Evening Ghana, we call out the names of former anti-corruption crusaders who have become members of parliament and are potentially robbing and stealing from the taxpayer by accepting a whopping 200,000 cedi cash for a Get Fund project in their constituency and also a whopping 150,000 cedis to supervise the project. What a wow! Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, Kwame A+, Javier Sosu, and K. Salato Forsen are all taking this cash. Altogether, it will be 350,000 cedis for each MP. What's the story behind this horrendous approach to sharing Ghana money in Parliament? We have to call them out, and so we will. Also tonight, we wish Vice President Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman well. She will be fine. That the episode reminds us of the hypocrisy, the indecent and insincere political communication perpetrated by Okujeto Ablakwa to gain votes and heap hatred on political opponents. Today the foreign minister is quiet and we hear he's regularly on phone to the hospital where the VIP is being looked after in central London. What a shame. He must apologize to those he wronged in this matter. Meanwhile, the latest Musa Dankwa post shows the VIP, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, as the NDC's most preferred candidate for the 2028 election. See where Johnson Asedu Ketia ended up, way at the bottom. Well, we'll discuss the detail. Also tonight, former MD of ECG Dubik Mahama has taken center stage to say what we already knew. Containers don't fly out of Tema ports. They don't have wings. More on that. And this photograph taken of Ken Ajapong and Momuni Baumia occurred at Brian Champon's hotel. What is the MPP up to? And did you see President Akufo-Addo's great physical appearance at 81? Whoa, here is a man whom God has blessed with a great physical strength. At 81, he looks like 50. Let's see what holds for his legacy. And Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States, has imposed a 10% tax on goods from Ghana. Is Donald Trump reversing the gains of globalization, or is he helping us to think originally and independently for our own sustainability? A full discussion on Good Evening Ghana right now. Welcome aboard. What a show we're going to have tonight. Good evening and welcome to the show. Why is my tie doing funny? Okay. Good evening, welcome to the show. And what a show we're going to have tonight. Tonight we're going to go ballistic on members of parliament, including Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, and that's very concerning the parliament issue, the money, 350,000 Ghana cedis to be given to each member of parliament. We have the full story. Why is Kesela Tuforsen doing this to our taxpayers' money? Is that the Ghana we want? Is that the resetting of MPs every quarter to get 400,000 cedis of taxpayers' money to build something and then to supervise it? It's a supervising this crowd that bothers me. That they are building, so they decide that they have 200,000 cedis, they are building some library or something from Get Fund, and then they're also giving 150,000 cedis to supervise it. This is the directive that the finance minister brought to Parliament for Parliament to approve. We have all the details. We'll get to that in a minute. Also, we wish Professor Jenando Pokwajiman very well. We're praying for her. We believe that she'll be all right. But we'll deal with the politics of it. And then later tonight, we're also talking about ECG and the containers. Also, we will be talking about Galamsey and what the Honorable Amaku Fibwa, the Minister for Lands, told Bernard Avle on CTTV, how he answered the questions with Bernard Avle on CTTV about Galamsey. Just as we're walking into the studio, somebody has given me, sent me a flyer, a poster from social media where Professor Kobe Mensah says that he cannot talk about Galamsey anymore because, as the flyer put it, he's compromised. My goodness, did he really say this? Viewers, have you seen that? He says, I have stopped commenting on Galamsey now because I'm compromised. But I now have a responsibility to focus, not because I'm compromised, but I now have a responsibility to focus on GTDC. He says he's busy. Really, that's what he said. He's too busy to talk about Galamsey. The Galamsey that was about life. Galamsey is about water. Galamsey is about the life of young children. Galamsey is about people getting diseases in all over Eastern and Ashanti and Bunahafo, almost getting now these days to the southern part of the Volta region. This was so important. Dr. Kobe Mensah says that GTDC job is far more important than talking about Galamsey. And he's not compromised, but he's busy. These are the people who said Akufo-Addo was a demon and that he could face Galamsey in 1 week. And this is Kobe Mensah, now in power. We knew this was going to happen. And we were telling people that be careful. We are in difficult times, but the ship will sail. It will sail correctly. It will steady at some point. Trust the hands that can deliver for Ghana. It fell on deaf ears. And it will, because the economic situation is hard. Every day you go and buy milk and the price is going up. It's hard. So you're not going to listen. But look at what Kobe Mensah is. He's too busy to talk about your dirty water. The water that they used to put on the table, Okudzeto Ablakwa has a river pra, river this, river. They are too busy to talk about the Galamsey. So you let the Galamsey go on. They are focusing on tourism. It's very important. Wow, it's 22 minutes at the top of the hour, and there'll be a lot more tonight. Then Donald J. Trump is scaring us, isn't he? He's scaring all of us. Now, he says that he's put a 10% tariff on goods from Ghana. What does that mean? What are the ramifications of that? We're going to be discussing it. We're hoping to get a trade expert in the studio who can help us do it. He's busy now, but we'll get him later. He sent me some notes, though, that I can share with you. U.S. President Donald Trump imposes 10% tariffs on Ghana. Wow. We beg Donald Trump. We are not against you. We like you. We are not China, we are not Ukraine, we are not Russia, we are not trying to challenge you. We just love you. We love America. We love the God bless America. God bless America. Please take the 10% tariff off. Tell Donald Trump that a Ghanaian news reporter of not much significance was on television talking about him, that we beg him, we love him, we are not against him, we are not challenging him, we are not challenging his authority. We are Ghana, we are the Gold Coast, we are the world's largest producer of cocoa, we are one of the world's largest producer of gold. We can do business with him, he can do business with us. We have copper, we have uranium, we have diamond. He should come and do business with us and stop the tariffs. We want to do business with the United States of America, and we want scholarships. We want scholarships for our people to go to Ivy League universities as they've been doing before. Let's not stop all that. We have great professors in Ghana who all studied in America. Please, Donald Trump, stop that. We're going to deal with that in some details. 21 minutes to the top of the hour. But there's an important story we are starting with, and it's a very sad story. There's a Ghanaian pastor in United States. What has he done? He has killed his wife. Why did he kill his wife, and how? How did he kill his wife? He stabbed his wife, according to the story, 34 times. Stabbed his wife 34 times, according to the story. And Why did he do that? But is that the photograph of the wife?
Yes.
That's interesting because the story is that the lady on the left used to be a man. She used to be a man and she's become a woman. And for doing that, his husband stabbed her. We start with that story tonight. Michael Angelo has been researching into the story. He's on a touchscreen waiting for me. I'm going there and he'll tell us the full story. After that, we get to Parliament, we get to ECG, we get to Galamsey, we get to Donald Trump, we get to, and we will get to you, because this is all about you. Send us a text message on Good Evening Ghana Official. All our social media editors are waiting for your text message to read it up when we take a break. So as I go to the touchscreen, let's, as always, go to Commonwealth Hall and ask the Vandals to cheer us up and to give us charging.
Now you be Oga. Oh, good evening. Now you be Oga. Good evening. Now you be Oga.
Welcome back to the show, and thank you very much for your time. Now, this story is a very disturbing story. Ghanaian pastor in Texas arrested for stabbing transgender wife to death. Good evening, Michael.
Hello, Paul.
Is it true, though?
So, information at this time is quite scant because it just happened. As at now, he's in police custody. I've not found major news outlets reporting on this. So as of now, we've had what we would call blog sites, tabloids, and so on. So it is most likely true because a lot of people are talking about it. But we've not found major news sites talk about it. BBC has not said anything about it. CNN has not. It's just Ghanaian sites that talk about things in the US and so on. So for now, maybe it's gossip. But it is information.
It's beginning to look like it's true. Okay.
Yes.
So they live in Texas, not Atlanta.
They live in Texas. Yes. So if I would.
So what's the story? He's Ghanaian.
He's a Ghanaian.
And he has a church.
Yes.
Was she a member of the church?
She was a member of the church.
Okay. Tell us the story.
Please indulge us. Could you just read for the benefit of
a shocking incident has shaken the Ghanaian community in Texas, USA, after a pastor named Isaac allegedly stabbed his wife Sandra over 40 times to death.
Unfortunately.
The tragic event occurred after Isaac discovered that Sandra was a transgender on their wedding night. According to reports, Isaac had followed biblical scriptures and refrained from intimacy with Sandra until their wedding night. However, upon discovering Sandra's gender identity, Isaac became enraged and violently attacked her. Some members of Isaac's church allegedly knew about Sandra's transgender status but kept it a secret from him. Wow. The revelation has raised questions about the church's role in the tragedy and whether they bear any responsibility for not disclosing Sandra's gender identity to Isaac. The Ghanaian community in Texas is still reeling from the news, and many are calling for justice to be served. Isaac is currently in police custody, facing charges of murder. As the investigation unfolds, more details about the events leading up to the tragedy are expected to emerge. This incident bears some resemblance to a similar case in 2020 where a Ghanaian pastor, Sylvester Ofori, was sentenced to life in prison for murdering his wife, Barbara Tomei, in Orlando, USA. The Ghanaian community is still grappling with the implications of this tragedy, and many are calling for the greater awareness and acceptance of LGBT+ individuals within the community. So now give us the story. Let me go back to the photographs.
So as I said, the information is quite scant, but what happened is a pastor, a man of God, a Ghanaian based in the US, was courting a member of his church. Some people might have some concerns with that, but that's what was happening. And then later on, they found themselves married because of his beliefs, because he was a devout Christian, devout man of God.
Did you get that?
Information is not out there yet. Very, very little. So we're still waiting.
Was it his first marriage or don't know?
Most likely, because nothing has been stated.
Okay.
So because he was a Christian, he didn't believe in sex until marriage. On the night of the wedding, he discovered as
How
they
did he
consummate. You know, upon marriage, you consummate the marriage.
Yes. So what happened? What could have happened?
They were going to begin consummation of the marriage,
yes.
and then he sees something that was very, very shocking to him. What he would not expect to see when you go with someone you believe is a woman, your wife, to consummate the marriage.
Hasn't he completed the process?
No. So you see, as a Christian, if you're not engaging in any sexual activities until you marry, you will have no idea. And again, look at this.
No, but I'm saying that the transgender people, don't they complete physical change?
Right.
Absolute?
So there's a gigantic conversation around this, that in the first place, if somebody says that he is a woman, he does not have to undergo surgery. He is a woman. That is part of it. Some people believe you must undergo. In this case, she had not fully undergone, because the man saw male genitalia that put him off and then led him to stab him over 40 times.
It's horrendous, but let me understand it. This is how the person looks like.
Yes. As you can see, the person has very most likely taken hormones to feminize his features. And this happens over many years.
But if you're taking hormones to feminize your features and you're going to get married, or you want to get married, don't they go through some surgery?
They would.
To give them female genitalia?
They do. And the surgery is called a vaginoplasty, where they take the male genital organ, they slice it off, and then they fashion an artificial vagina.
So they create a female genitalia?
They do. And
so you will not see traces of where the female, it won't look like, no. It won't look different from other female genitalia?
For all intents and purposes, appearance-wise, it looks like female.
Yeah, so if that is there, the pastor will not be concerned, so long as he doesn't know the history.
True, except it's in this case, that wasn't what happened. You see, there are a lot of people who they call them femboys or she males. A woman who definitely looks like a woman on the outside, but has male genitalia, has not completed the process of transitioning. So they call them transsexuals. You are in the process of transitioning.
Why do you get married to a man, unsuspecting man,
who
is looking for marriage for the purpose of procreating and all that?
A lot of people believe they're entitled to do that.
Entitled?
Once you identify as a woman, obviously you're a woman. If a man says he's heterosexual and you are a woman, by your own proclamation, he should find you attractive enough to marry. There's a gigantic.
But if this is a young man, as he appears in the photograph, and he's looking to start a family, and you know that you cannot procreate in the circumstance as we are hearing, she cannot procreate.
True. So well, this
is she Ghanaian as well, though?
We don't have that information yet. But no, it's an American. Sorry, it's an American.
But the church people knew that.
They knew, and
she used to be a man,
or at least heavily suspected, and did not clue the pastor in. Again, most likely because this person who says he's a woman should be respected as a woman. And the questions you are presenting are very, very logical and commonsensical. But in some places in the US, questions like this can actually get you in very big trouble.
Oh, I see.
Like that, how dare you question that this person that says he's a woman is not a woman? Why are you not believing their identity as a woman?
But whether you're a woman or not, it has to do with genitalia.
The conversation has evolved beyond that, at least in the United States. In Ghana, definitely not. It is still very binary. In the US, you have instances like they say, her male organ, his female organ. It happens a lot in many cases. And so, for us, maybe they say we're behind because the fact that he says he's a woman is enough. Maybe you want to have children, but then you can explore surrogacy, you can explore adoption. There are so many opportunities, technology has advanced, so it's very, very possible. Now, along these lines, I want us to engage in a very brief activity. I want you to tell me something. What do you think of, how attractive would you find these individuals?
Wow, that's a good question. I like the middle one.
They are very, very attractive.
Yes,
I would say very, very beautiful ladies.
Yes.
I want to inform you, Paul, that these are all men.
They are men?
All of them are men.
By genitalia?
Yes, born men.
But do they still hold the male genitalia?
This is Jazz Jennings. She has transitioned fully.
A judge?
Does not have Jazz.
Jazz, okay.
She does not have male genitalia. This is Kim Petras, a famous musician, also does not have. This is Hunter Schafer. For this, I'm not clear. So I want you to see how.
So she does not have male genitalia.
No,
this woman.
No, does not.
Her.
Transitioned very early.
She has male genitalia.
No, has female.
Oh, she has female genitalia.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
by
young.
surgery.
Yes, very young. As a little boy.
So it won't indicate to anyone that she used to be a man.
For all intents and purposes.
But that's what I thought that this person who's been unfortunately stabbed would have done.
No.
What about this?
Because not every. This is Kim Petras, also fully transitioned. Used to be a man, now a woman. Hunter Schafer is an actress or actor, depending on how you see it.
So do you have her former photographs of being
I
male?
do, in fact.
Okay.
So this is Jazz Jennings. This is him as a little boy. Now, people are a bit critical about his story because it was his mother that was very big proponent of this, pushing him, and so they say that his mother pushed him into this, and now he is a woman, and this is his life. And one of the problems with the vaginoplasty, this surgery, is that you constantly have to be going through certain procedures. Otherwise, you might get infection, you might get sick over time. So this surgery that you take to transition from a man fully to a woman is not perfect. It is not. You need to constantly, they call it dilating, to constantly treat it, or it will become infected. It's a wound. It looks like the female genitalia, but it's not.
Yeah, this is heavy.
Also, we have, this is Kim Petras. This was a man.
Oh, the same person?
Yes. A different person. This is the musician.
Yeah, I know. These two photos are the same person.
Yes, the same person.
It was as a man and now a woman.
Exactly. So there are a lot
of happening
people
to this world?
Now, on the back of this, I want to present what a lot of people are saying now, that because I showed you these images and you could not tell that they were women, why don't we just accept them as women? That's what all the people say. Because you see them and you can't tell. And so why do you want to get angry when they tell you that they used to be men? Because the things that women have that attract you, they have. Unless you find out that they weren't, then you're turned off. But once you see it, should that not be enough for you to accept them?
But if they are making a legal argument in the corridors of Harvard and Princeton and MIT, that legal argument should suggest to them that in terms of rights and freedoms, your rights and freedoms end where another's begins. Indeed. So I'm not wishing to trample upon LGBT rights. But if you want to get married to me, you ought to disclose that you are LGBT. That also is my right to know. And they must understand that, because the legal corridors of Harvard will suggest that to anyone, that according to the rights of people, first generation, second generation, however you call them, third generation rights, I do have a right to know that you are this kind of human being. So you can't come in. You can have your LGBT all you want. You can do, but as soon as I see you as a woman and I want to get married for the purpose of raising a family, I ought to be told and be informed that this is what has happened. And then I decide whether I want to go along with it. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not going to report you to the police. I'm not going to say that you've done something wrong. But I step away that I cannot marry you. We can remain friends. So they have the right to disclose these things. And if you ask these questions, you shouldn't be told to be, you shouldn't be told of as a transphobic and all that.
I agree with you. That. The argument that is made is an empathy argument, that you should empathize with them. They are new in society.
But they're coming into my space. If they are not coming into my space to affect my life, I don't have any problem with it. And that's the issue about teaching children. I take my child to school and you are telling him that you can be a woman if you want. No. If you want to turn yourself from man to woman, by all means go ahead. God bless you. And then we love you. You may go to heaven.
Of course, amen.
But you cannot impose that on another. And this is the problem of the LGBT plus group. They wish to impose themselves on the rest of society. We don't like that. They should keep their LGBT. We keep our... They don't like you to say straight anymore. Apparently,
it's fine. You can
it's not being...
They call it cis.
What?
Cis. C-I-S. Cisgendered.
That's the straight people?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to be straight. You want to be LGBT. The world belongs to all of us. Jesus loves all of us. So that's okay.
True.
But to come hide it from me, and I discover that on the night of wedding, that I cannot even have a regular intercourse with you because you are male, is horrendous.
Well, yeah, some people might see it differently. And then it goes back to empathy. They would appeal with you to be empathetic.
To marry them.
Yes, because...
And be empathetic.
Yes, because this is the society we are in.
So I cannot have any intercourse of that nature for the rest of the marriage if I'm going to be faithful.
Oh no, they say that once you're heterosexual, you should be able to have intercourse with them. Why do you have a problem? Why do you take exception to
But if the genitalia is male, how do I do that?
True, And then maybe we'll have to explore some options that might be unconventional. But then that is the argument that is very largely made, that if you are not doing this, you're not accommodating them, you are not being empathetic. Maybe the legal arguments might not be too strong, but the empathy cases, please consider them.
Yeah, the empathy cases that when I see you in the bus, I will not sit away. When you come to a party in my house and you are transgender, I will not dismiss you. If I'm a pastor and you come to my church, you walk in as a transgender, I will still minister Jesus Christ to you. That's the empathy, the love. But not to take up with you in marriage, because the Bible says the two shall become one. I cannot become one with you because you are a man.
Yes.
God didn't join a man to a man. He joined a woman to a man. These days they say God created Adam and Steve. That's what they say, which is terrible, but it's okay. God will forgive all of us. I mean, so this guy's going to go to jail.
Yes, unfortunately, he's facing murder charges. Now, one of the points that were raised was that instead of killing this person, you should have just waited and sought an annulment. In the state of Texas, one of the parameters for securing an annulment is fraud. And in this case, you can clearly say that the person fraudulently represented their identity.
The application would have failed in today's America. If
you
go
Texas
with fraud,
is very red. It's a red state.
Texas is very, very red, and with Donald
red.
Trump up now.
Not very, but red.
But I'm sure the mood in which he was, it doesn't excuse him attempting to kill somebody. I don't know what was going on, and I don't even think he's going to be okay for a long time.
No. So one possible defense he might have is insanity, except 40 times doesn't indicate insanity. It indicates some extreme vitriol.
He may have the charges, if he has a good lawyer, he may have murder converted to manslaughter.
Most likely.
And then he may get a lower sentence.
Most likely.
But this is very bad. Can you keep an eye on the story and inform our viewers?
I think there was something else.
Yeah.
Was it? Yes, the defenses. So unfortunately, the best he can do is insanity, which is not too strong. But that's how we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes anyway.
Keep an eye on it for us, and that's an interesting story, viewers. I'm sure people have been sending us texts about this. Let's see whether people have sent texts on this matter before we run into the politics today. It's a very bizarre story. Shall I start with Antoinette and see? Oh, you want me to start with Fatih? It's fine. Okay. So Fatih, what are people saying about this very difficult story? Okay.
Right, so this is what Alex Nyako has to say. Alex says religion is making some people crazy. Women and men must test each other in bed before marriage. For better, for worse, will lead to what you don't want to do. This is free advice coming from Alex. Yeah, February says this story is so complicated. Are we saying the man did not know that the woman or the person he married was a transgender? And it seems most of our followers and viewers are complaining about Dumso in the whole country. I don't know how true that is. Lady Bo says they call them Lady Boy and it's very popular in Thailand. And Ajawuddin Nanakofi says the so-called neutrals now claim they are too busy to speak on this Galamsey issue. Wow, it's no longer about our lives and water bodies. And lastly, Lily Bo's come back to say, when is Mahama going to sign the gay bill as he promised? What do you have for us, Antoine?
Okay, so February is saying he did not do the necessary investigation of the woman he was going to marry, so he thinks that is the fault of the man. The rest of the viewers are still complaining about Dumso in the various parts of Ghana. We have quite a number of people. Gariba, Samuel, Asasi are all complaining of Dumso from Tamale, Winneba, and Ghana South Municipal, respectively. Antonio, what do you have for us?
Right. So still on the transgender story, one Demar Issa says that a transgender woman should rather marry a transgender man. That would make it very simple for him. Alex Nyako says that sex before marriage could have solved this problem, but religion says to be faithful till marriage. I cannot think far, he adds. And then lastly, Amin Mohammed says, this is rather confusing. What is all these things coming up to be about? And that's it for us. Back to you, Paul.
Wow. Hello, our Vice President. We wish our Vice President well. We are very sorry about what happened. And we know that as we pray for her, she'll be good. Let's not worry about that. Let's just pray about it. Let's not politicize it. This is the Vice President of Ghana. This is no longer John Dramani Mahame's running mate for the National Democratic Congress. No, this is the elected Vice President of Ghana. It's the Vice President for all Ghanaians. If you find yourself in any country, in Cuba, in Uganda, in anywhere, and they say that, are you from Ghana? And they say, who's your vice president? You're not going to say the vice president is the NDC running mate for John Dramani Mahama. This is the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. So it's a concern for all of us if there are any difficulties. If she's, as vice president, she changes us policies that we don't like, we'll gladly tell her. But this is not about that. This is about the representation of the very distinguished office of vice president. Let's all come together and pray for her. You know, see what the Catholics did. They all prayed for the Pope. And the Pope is now okay. He's out of hospital. So let's seize that unity and let's use that opportunity to pray for her. But the episode, as we said in our promo, brings us into the hypocrisy and the insincerity and indecency of politicians. Sometimes the things some politicians do, immature politicians, I have to say, some very, very immature politicians, the kinds of things they do. Everybody is NDC. There are many NDC people. John Mahama is NDC. Hudu Yaya is NDC. Professor Nana Jeno-Opoku-Agyeman is NDC. Ato Ahoy is NDC. Kwame Ahoy is NDC. Zaneto Rollins is NDC. All of them are NDC. Adrusu Haruna is NDC. Mahama Yariga is NDC. Alban Bagben is NDC. They are all NDC. So there's no problem about being NDC and fighting MPP. But when immaturity, indecency, and hypocrisy take over your political communication, you are bound to have these kinds of complaints. So you're going to have people who are excited that the vice president is a medical issue because of the work of an indecent and insincere and hypocritical and immature politicians. Listen to this.
There is the need to implement a policy of no medical treatment abroad for members of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary with immediate effect. There is the need to implement a policy of no medical treatment abroad for members of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary with immediate effect. There is the need to implement a policy of no medical treatment abroad for members of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary with immediate effect. There is the need to implement a policy of no medical treatment abroad for members of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary with immediate effect. There is the need to implement a policy of no medical treatment abroad for members of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary with immediate effect. There is the need to implement a policy of no medical...
Said because Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia had been in trouble in a very similar situation, in the same position as vice president, and he had been flown abroad. And members of the opponent political party, not led by, this was a Blackwell's opinion, one of the members of the opponent political party said that they shouldn't fly abroad because they are flying abroad because they are corrupt and they have not built the hospitals in Ghana, and so they are going abroad. Politicians have been going abroad since time immemorial, and it was as they were going abroad that we still built the University of Ghana Medical Center. When President Mahama was in opposition running for the election, he was going abroad. He was going abroad to see his doctors, and he goes with a Ghanaian doctor. They don't always go abroad because the equipment is not here. They also go abroad for national security reasons. They don't want the information out. You know how we are. We are very spiritist, as Dr. Otabel will say. We are very spirits inclined. So when people are unwell, they don't want people to know. When we're growing up, when people are traveling to London, they don't tell anybody because they think that if they tell you something will happen, and then they will not travel anymore. So part of the reason why they always travel is not so much because they are corrupt, they have not invested in hospitals. It's also because it's a national security issue. Assuming that if Jena Opoku-Agyeman was in University of Ghana Medical School, look at the Ministry of Ghana Hospital or Kolebu Teaching Hospital or Rich Hospital. Imagine the string of visitors that would have been going there. When they stop the visitors, everybody will say that she is dead, so they say visitors shouldn't come again. When you go to hospital, sometimes they tell you that when they discharge you, go far away. Don't go to the place that you normally are. You don't need too many people coming. So the reason why people go abroad, if you are a matured politician, it's not always because they are corrupt and they are running away and they don't invest in the hospital, so you want a policy to insist that they should be held here. If a member of parliament, say of an Accra constituency, that Kutupon is unwell and he needs surgery or something, and he goes to Rich Hospital and his constituency constituents know that he's in Rich Hospital. His loved ones, all of us, his political followers, know that he's in Rich Hospital. Look at the string of visitors that will go there. It will put pressure on him. When Kufuor went to do his, President Kufuor did his surgery at Focus. Look at where Focus is, behind Adenta or Yarifa. Look at the numbers of people who used to go there. So that the hospital had to say that, please, President Kufuor needs some peace of mind to recover. It's okay. He loves you just as much as you all love him. So stop coming. So if you're a mature politician, these things don't happen because if you are in England and they say that Queen Elizabeth is in the UCL hospital in Russell Square, the British people, by their culture, they are not as spirituous as us. They have some advantages over us and we have some advantages over them. Every culture will have an advantage over another culture in different ways. In our culture, we are spirit oriented. There may be some advantages in that. By as they say in Akan, obey down, so you be careful about things. So that there is some advantage in that. But the ramifications of that kind of behavior is that when an important person is in hospital and we are wishing him well and we are eager for him to get discharged, we throng the hospital to see for ourselves. And because of that, these things happen. But if you're an immature politician and you are looking for votes and you are an insincere politician and you are a hypocrite of a politician, you behave like Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, the foreign minister. Play his video again. Play Ablakwa again.
A policy of no medical treatment abroad for members of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary with immediate effect. There is the need to implement a policy of no medical treatment abroad for members of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary with immediate effect.
Immediate effects. There's more on Ablakwa tonight because he's one of those members of parliament who has collected or is about to collect 350,000 cedis of taxpayers' money for nothing. We'll talk to you about it. This is interesting. Whilst we're talking about Professor Jenna Opoku-Agyeman, our friend Musa Danko has come out with a bullet. He says that his research shows voter preferences in NDC. Guess who is leading in the voter preferences? Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. She has 25% preference to be the next leader of the National Democratic Congress. Oh, did I lose it? It's going to come back. It's going to come back. Professor Jenna Opoku-Agyeman is leading in the race to replace John Dramani Mahama as the leader of the National Democratic Congress. There it is again. So Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, 25%. Second is my favorite, Honorable Idrisu Haruna, 20.7%. Third, Honorable K. Salato Forsen, Finance Minister, about whom we are going to talk about today, because in spite of all the money that the finance minister has, he's also going to collect 200 and 350,000 of taxpayers' money that he's going to use it to build something of Get Fund in his constituency, and he's going to use 100,000 to look after it. We're going to deal with that. That story is our big story. It's coming up today. It's a very bizarre situation and the way we treat politics in Ghana. Well, but however, K. Salato Forsen is congratulated here. He's third in the reckoning of voters who prefer him to replace John Mahama as the NDC person. Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa that we've been talking about, immaturity, insincerity, and hypocrisy. He is 9.9%, fourth to replace John Dramani Mahama if the NDC were going to 2028 with a new candidate. And then the one who we thought was leading, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, is behind Okudzeto Ablakwa. Asiedu Nketia will not be happy with Musa Dankwa at all. Asiedu Nketia, he will not be happy with Musa Dankwa at all. He's going to fight Musa Dankwa. But when you look at it, you begin to think that, you see, you are tempted to think that, was this poll organized? But then you know that it wasn't organized, because Musa Dankwa is credible, isn't he? At least up until now, he predicted 2024 right. So, but when you look at Asiedu Nketia all the way down behind Okudzeto Ablakwa, it seems unthinkable. Or then you begin to look for the sample size. Who were the people interviewed? Because for our reckoning, for those of us who are political reporters, if you are talking about the NDC call, Johnson Asiedu Nketia should stand ahead of anybody. I mean, when did Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman come into the record? Asiedu Nketia has been there from 1981. He's been General Secretary of the party for 16 years. He's been successful at being General Secretary, successful as being Chairman. As Chairman, he led the NDC to the biggest electoral victory in the Fourth Republic. Who then was Musa Dankwa asking for them to tell him that Professor Nana Jane is number one, Idrisu Haruna makes a bit of sense. Idrisu Haruna is number 2. Atu Forsen is number 3. Ablakwa is number 4. And Asiedu Nketia is all the way down number 5. The chairman of the party who believes that his birthright to lead the NDC after John Mahama. He knows that it is settled. Everybody in NDC thinks it's settled. They think that his closest competitors are Julius Debra, the chief of staff, and others. And now Musa Dankwa comes to tell us that, oh, forget about Seydou Ketia, is all way down there. Really? I mean, I don't get it. So, yes, thank you. This is the order in which it's placed. Number 1, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. Get well soon, madam, and congratulations. Number 2, Idrisu Haruna. He is our man. He's a vandal. We're going to play the vandal song for him very soon. Number 3 is Kesela Forcing 12.9. Okudzeto Ablakwa with a smiley, insincere face is 9.9. And Johnson Asedu Ketia 9.8. Zanetta Rollins is in there. Oh, how glorifying that will be to the heart of J.J. Rawlings. May he continue to rest in peace. His daughter is in the reckoning to become the next NDC's leader after John Mahama. 6.3% of the voters that Musa Dankwa spoke to prefers Zanetta Rawlings to be number 1 on the NDC ticket in 2028. How amazing for Flight Lieutenant Rawlings. And then Zanetta is ahead of Julius Debra. Hey! What is Musa Dankwa saying? Musa Dankwa, come and educate us. So this is your post. They are shocking our bones. Julius Debra is there. And my darling Omane Boama, Minister for Defense, is 2.2%. Others 8.2%. Okay. Let's give the 8.2 of others. Let's add all to Asedu Ketia. Can we do the quick mathematics? 8.2 plus 9.8. Let's see where he fits. Hurry up. Anziba, you are in medical school. Please do it quickly. 8.2 plus 9.8. Apreku, hurry up. What do you get? They're going to 18. Okay. So if you add all the others to Johnson Asedu Ketia, he gets 18. That will bring him third behind Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman and Idrisu Haruna. Asedu Ketia, if you add all the others to him, he comes third. Wow. How can these things be? Do you remember when the angel spoke to the Mary, the mother of Jesus, and told Mary what was going to happen? You're going to conceive, blah, blah, blah. Mary said, how can these things be? Musa Dankwa, how can these things be? Hey! Ha! They say in some world, isn't it? So this is the NDC situation. I don't know what to say about it. But I'm sure that there's a lot to be said about it. Bring me the poll figures again. Professor Jenano Opoku-Agyeman way ahead. And Alex Mold is also in there with 0.7. Augustus Guzitano, one of my favorite NDC people, he has 1.1. Kwame Wadako, another favorite of mine, he has 1.2. Hannah Tete, one of the most intelligent people in the NDC in the first John Mahama administration, has 1.6. Honorable Eric Opoku, who is very loved by some of the foot soldiers in Ashanti, he has 1.6 as well. Joshua Alabi, who is loved by many people because of the work he's done at UPSA with his wife Guski, has 2.0. And Omane Boama comes before Joshua Alabi. Then there's Julius Debra, Zanetta Rawlings, and now you get to the top 5. Below is Johnson Asedu Ketia, next is Okudzeto Ablakwa, next is Ato Forsen, Idrisu Haruna, and Professor Jenano Opoku-Agyeman, the vice president, tops it all as the most preferred candidate of the National Democratic Congress in 2028. Get well soon, Vice President. Get well soon. We love you. We hope to see you back in Ghana very soon. Let's see what people are saying about this story. It's 12 minutes past the top of that, 10 o'clock, before I hit Parliament with all the issues. Can I take some text messages now? Maybe just one each so that we get a breather. Before we do that, though, let's play the Vandal song for Idrisu Haruna. He's second on the list. Let's go to the Vandal's charging song.
Now you be oga. Oh, good evening. Now you be oga.
All right, I'm being urged to start this story because it's the hot story. Everybody's waiting for it. What does Good Evening Ghana have to say about the Parliament issue? Parliament approved 250k for each MP, and on top of that, they're going to have 100,000 CDs. You should have given me a headline that includes both. Yes, thank you. Parliament gets funds allocation of 250,000 to each MP for educational related projects in their constituent, and 150,000 each to monitor the project. We have 275 people. We're going to call out A+. A+ sitting on UTV. Okay, we'll do that after the break. Commercial break time. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have the ballistic story. And also, Dubik Mahama has been speaking to most of the media, and he's been saying what we know already. Containers don't have wings. We'll look at that story as well. And then we'll go to Galamsey. And then we'll talk about Donald J. Trump. 14 minutes past the top of the hour. Permit me now to take a break so that we can get paid and the program can run on money. All these programs run on money, viewers, doesn't it? It does. After the break, I'll be right back here on Good Evening Ghana. It's live. It's coming to you from our studios at Ridge. My name is Adon.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver. Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver. Win, even if your bet misses.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit's Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Merchant furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just the breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashphone store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashphone, feel it, know it.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Attention all farmers, are you ready to take your crops to the next level? Introducing 3 effective organic composts that will revolutionize your farming practices. ACAP, KCAP and Iricor brings to you the ultimate solution for your fertilizer needs. Introducing the ACAP Grade A, KCAP Equiafua Jinkwa, and the Iricop with cocoa blends, palm blend and mulch. These are made from locally sourced municipal solid waste, and these are the perfect choice for sustainable farming. Join the organic revolution today. Boost your crop yield, improve soil health, and support sustainable farming practices. Choose ACAP, KCAP and Iricop organic compost for a greener and bountiful harvest. For your purchase and more information, call the numbers on your screen. Our products are endorsed by COCOBOD, Planting for Food and Jobs, and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
Cratchit, unemu bua unkoisha Dr. Ban uye denwa.
Oh, Missy Yafan come and me burua.
Mami go bro.
Ah,
ya tele be ko bra. Mumi yafan ko Dr. Ban ho.
Dr. Ban oya de.
Bra, se pa no mpemu adwuma, sasabro slow Dr. Ban oye.
Hey,
say me kwana meka. Oh no mpemu nimdi ono na ye expect nya zanfo no. O akra any Kumasi no mpemu expect yen kan kire wo.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver.
Editor no say, can someone explain why air med flight? So we're a medical flight.
Welcome back to the show, and let's get onto the touchscreen and deal with the matters that we got to deal with. So, viewers, I'm totally shocked by this development. This is the campaign that we just ran in Ghana, where the National Democratic Congress was campaigning about corruption and anti-corruption. Let me start again. Please time me. I want to do this very quickly. Where NDC was talking about corruption was one of the main, as it is with every election, corruption is always on the center. But what is shocking me is some of these individuals. Look at this, what appears to be almost quote-unquote robbery of the taxpayer. Members of Parliament, now the NDC have taken this to Parliament because for a reason. Did I say because for a reason? Yes, they've taken this to Parliament because of a reason. What is the reason? The reason, as we have been told, is that there's concern from the 188 members of parliament of the NDC who did not secure ministerial positions. They are not likely to secure board positions. They are not securing deputy ministerial positions, and therefore they don't have any executive authority where they have the power of the pen to sign signature and also the budget to run with. And so they feel that there will be pressure on them from their constituents, given that everyone knows that they are members of the ruling party, and they may lose their primaries. So, as it has been said to us, it appears that there's a plan from the Ministry of Finance to make sure that, and viewers, listen to this. This is what we have been told. We hope that it's not true, but it looks like many people believe it. We just hope that it's not. It's just too bad to be true, but we just hope that it's not true. But everyone who tells us believes it. Now, the story is that the NDC at the Ministry of Finance level is telling the MPs that when we bring things to finance parliament, please vote for it, because there's a consternations going on from the backbenchers that will teach the NDC a lesson. They won't give us anything. We'll teach them a lesson. When they bring a bill, we'll fail. We'll make sure the bill fails, and they have the numbers to do so. So upon this, what looks like a pseudo threat, the Ministry of Finance and the NDC and the Ministry of Finance have decided that every quarter they will make sure that there's some paperwork, some process to give every member of parliament, hear this, viewers, 400,000 cedis of the taxpayers' money every quarter. This is what we just hope that is not true. Now, this is how they started. They said Akufo-Addo was a thief, that Akufo-Addo was corrupt, Akufo-Addo was this. For the 8 years that Akufo-Addo was president, did you ever hear him go to parliament and say, pay parliamentarians 200,000 cedis to do a Get Fund project, and on top of that, pay them 150,000 cedis to supervise the project? Akufo-Addo was using Get Fund proceeds to educate people, including Justice Srem Sai, the Deputy Attorney General. Let me say it again. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, former president of Ghana, was using the Get Fund resources to educate Ghanaians from all walks of life. Whether you are blue, you are red, you are Akan, you are Gan, you are Mosi, you are Dagomba, you are Mampusi, you are Kusasi, you are Sisala. Akufo-Addo was using Get Fund money to educate Ghanaians abroad, including Justice Srem Sai, who is today the Deputy Attorney General. That's what Akufo-Addo was doing with Get Fund money. Guess what the NDC, who don't like corruption, who said Akufo-Addo is a thief, is doing with Get Fund money? They are paying 250,000 cedis to MPs, members of parliament, 250,000 cedis, that they should take the money and do a project, daycare center, library. Then they are giving them 150,000 cedis to supervise the project. All together, guess what? They are giving them 400,000 cedis in total. And so it fits into the rumor that we have heard, that they are planning. This is the righteous NDC, the clean NDC, anti-corrupt NDC. Kesalatu Forsen is going to collect some of this money. Look at Okujeto Ablakwa here. Ablakwa, you were shouting on everybody that they are corrupt. You mounted a platform against Brian Achampon that he's corrupt. The committee listened to you and they canceled the thing. Congratulations. You mounted something against now you are going to take 400,000 cedis into your pocket for all the money you have at foreign ministry. Honorable Ablakwa, but why? All the money you get at foreign ministry, you are going to fleece the taxpayer of 400,000 cedis again? That you are going to use it. The projects you do at your constituency, are they not more expensive than this? Can't you stand up for once? Can't you stand up for what you believe in, Ablakwa? In thy light we shall see light. Can't you stand up for what you believe in? The so-called anti-corruption that you say you believe in. Can't you rise up in parliament and say, Mr. Speaker, I will not take this money? Can't you do that? You cannot do that. You are fleecing the taxpayer of 400,000 into your pocket. Oh boy, NDC. Is that the change we want? Is that the change we voted for? Is that the Ghana we want? That the so-called corrupt Akufo-Addo took the Get Fund money and gave it to Ghanaians to go and study abroad, including Srem Sai, who admitted at his vetting that the Get Fund funded him. You think the time the Get Fund was funding him and he was a lecturer, they didn't know that he was NDC. They knew that he was NDC. But Akufo-Addo said it doesn't matter. Whether it's NDC or it's NPP, it doesn't matter. Take him abroad. After Srem Sai went abroad, he came to teach at the Faculty of Law. He has imparted many students. He's a fantastic lecturer. His PhD was aided by Get Fund because he's a Ghanaian. This is Akufo-Addo. They said he was corrupt. Ablakwa,
Now the guest fund money, they are not giving it to Ghanaians anymore. They are taking to Parliament and sharing it for their people. So Okuyeto Ablakwa should bow down his head in shame. After standing on the high horse of anti-corruption, you come to Parliament and first 3 months you are collecting for. Listen to the ridiculousness of it. Give them 200,000 to go and do a project. You, the MP, you take 200,000, you go to your constituency and start building a project in your name or whatever it was. In your constituency name, your father's name, mother's name, the party's name, party chairman's name, constituency. You can do it however you want. Now, when we are giving you taxpayers' money to go and do the project, say a library, we are also giving you money to supervise it. What is the meaning of supervising it? What does it mean? Supervising it means what? You are building a house for yourself and your constituents. We have given you the money. It's not your money, our money. We must also pay you to supervise it. This is what NDC have brought to Ghana. 8 years of Akufo-Addo, we never heard this. Never did we hear this in 8 solid years of Akufo-Addo. The most demonized president in Ghana because of our Blackwa's press conferences. Ablakwa, he's taking 400,000 of taxpayers' money to pocket it. And they are going to do that every quarter, from what we hear. I sincerely hope that is not true. A+ is the one who surprises me the most. A+, he shocks me the most. A+ was sitting on UTV every Saturday. I was watching. I don't miss that UTV program. Hey, I don't miss it. I can imagine A+ sitting down at the UTV program, and this story has broken. And you said, "Nana train, na in kwasi assembly and meeting of parliament. No cry, TV, and nana train." What I say, yes, MP beyond 200,000 on Franco the constituency. Orienso ayensa man 150,000. No Franco nana as what's my name by the guy's name? Kojo Sheldon says, it bust my mind. A+ den and amuye Ghana fosika sa. Ghana fosika na wo kan wasem no. Work on snap parliament and I would do 400,000. What be that? I mean, what is this? What is this? And frankly, Kujo is quiet. Everybody is quiet. Everybody is quiet because your mama is our friend. NDC have come, so we're happy. Really? We too, we love John Mahama, but we shall not be quiet. We love Ghana more than we love anybody. We love the flag. We love the flag. We love the flag more than we love anybody. We love the flag. We will not allow this. What is the meaning of this? Can't we go to charge against this? Look at some. Look at so honorable. So why? Honorable meaning Nyenta parliaments nyen wele 400,000 every quarter. I can walk to Tokumi. Mini okay afi. Shika bononi. Is that why we sent you to parliament? What is this? What is this? What is this? And the finance minister brings a bill to parliament nicely. Mr. Speaker, every member of parliament should get 250. And can you imagine that viewer? You are cancelling free SHS. September, there will be no free SHS of viewers. From what we are hearing, free SHS is gone. You go to precinct, you pay full cost recovery. They say category A schools will pay fee. You are taking the money that Akufo-Addo gave to the people and you are putting in your pockets. And you said Akufo-Addo is a demon. So they should vote him out. Kesla Tuforsen, is that what you were going to do? When you were appointed, we were all celebrating. Is that what you are bringing? That you are giving members of parliament, each of them, 200,000 cedis. Then on top of that, you add 150,000. I hear when Afenyo saw it, he was shaking his head. He was confused. Members of parliament. So give me A+. A+, then cry name in one. A+, are you the same person? Kwame, ti wa uni. Kwame A+ into one out parliament, one out 200,000 cedis. Also they call a project or constituency. Ni asama 150,000. Kwame A+ into A+, is it you? Kwame A+, our savior. The other day, Kwame A+ found so much corruption in NDC that he played a song. Contract Weba, Okuje Tony Pabefa, Abembebo. Kwame A+, is it you? After Abembebo, the hit maker. Ama MPP they win the election. MPP buy also MPP for ya conform into who call UTV. Who call criticizing MPP. Ama MPP lose election. Nyame adom when ya MP e de nyame ase na MP ne senti ne to ma wo Kwame se ko ka mrase bedwamufo na omumfa 400,000 sheshe wo bia abotom nipa 275 when you couldn't pay BEC registration, you couldn't pay. You let parents pay 500 cedis. The first time in 8 years that Ghanaian parents were being asked to pay BEC. Look at the money there. Can't the money do BEC? Multiply to, please do the multiplication for me. 76 people times 400,000. Let's see the figure. If you give that figure to the Ministry of Education to pay for the BEC, won't it pay? If you give that figure to the buffer stock to feed free SHS, won't it feed? No, NDC doesn't want that. They want to put the money in the pocket of the MPs. How much is it? 100 and? Oh, how? Have you A plus? 400,000 times 276. 400,000 is one person. Times 276. Please give me the calculation quickly. That money. 110 million. 110 million. That could have gone to pay BEC fees. Is going to individual pockets. And guess what? It includes the pocket of A plus. Kwame A plus. Our savior. Our savior. Kwame A plus. Is that what politics does to people? Kwame A plus. On UTV. Our savior. Because of A plus, I don't miss the UTV program. And then because of A plus, the program became more interesting because they add politics. Because A plus is always there. Today, your A plus is in Parliament and he has become moon forever. Okunje told Blackwa there is sincerity, that is his problem. Sincerity. And he wants to be seen everywhere. He likes the sound of his voice, so he wants to be seen. Look at foreign minister, a distinguished position like that. Foreign minister, with all the accolades and all the money you have as foreign minister, you are still collecting 400,000 cedis of taxpayers' money. All together 100 million. It's not Mr. Speaker's fault. You can't blame Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker is a genuine man. But it is his party. What is he going to do? If it was MPP, like, he will block it. E-levy, you block it. So NDC, you don't want E-levy. But you want to spend 110 million in the pockets of MPs in this manner. In this manner, that they should go and build house. Sosu crowd there is more boy in me. Sosu. Who's Sosu there? Sam George, how are you? I'll come back to you. Sosu. Me na fio. Me fio. So you're a Christian. Can you look at Jesus Christ on the cross and tell him that as a member of Parliament, you were taking 200,000 cedis to do a Get Fund project and 150 to supervise it? Can you look at our Lord Jesus on the cross and say that? Sosu, why? Why are we killing Ghana like this? What is the meaning of this? You win election and come and destroy Ghana like that? Akufo-Addo is a demon. Oh, they say Akufo-Addo is a demon. 8 years, Akufo-Addo puts Get Fund at the disposal of the Ghanaian people, including Justice Remsai. What can I say? I can't say much. I've done my part. Ghana, my happy home. Ghana, my happy home. Land of rich resources. Land of many talents. Kwame Nkrumah said that we are brave. Oh, we are brave. You can do what you want to do, but we will also do what we have to do. You can do what you want to do. You can collect all the 110 million every quarter. Give it to the MPs. Put it in their pocket. Put it in their pocket. Every quarter, 110 million Ghana cedis is gone. 110 million is gone. How much dollars is that? Plenty of dollars. It's gone. I mean, no. And we go and borrow money from Abrofo. And look at how you are using the money. You are giving every MP 200, and then you give him 150 to look after the project. So they have 400,000 in their pockets. But why are we doing this to Ghana? Play the montage. Play the montage.
Arise for Ghana, oppression of the land, forward and seek your future. People love and our God, from vision to victory, and this shall lead. Able Democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity, from vision to victory, and this shall lead. Able Democrat, Ghana, our unity. Eja bana
It's not good. It's not good. This is not a good feeling about our country and about our parliament at all. Anyway, what are people saying? Let me start with Antoinette.
On the story of the allocation of funds for the MPs, Nana Yakumi Dantu says 110 million every quarter, A and D, C. Now, they would use only 40,000 Ghana cedis to build death traps and pockets and pocket the rest. This, he says, is just the iceberg. Looting the states has begun. Now, Yao February says this 150,000 Ghana cedis for the MPs for supervision is not important. How can we allocate state funds for supervision by MPs when we, the MMDCEs, the PAs, and the civil servants are there to supervise state projects? There isn't any need for the allocation of funds for the MPs for such supervision. Now, Dustin Kon says resetting to loot and share. Lastly, Yusuf Muniru Abdul says, good evening, Mr. Paul. Mr. Musa told the NPP that must change Dr. Bawumia as the next presidential candidate, and now he is tipping Dr. Bawumia to be the top. It seems there is a lot of inconsistencies in this particular matter. Now, lastly, Adolphe Mate says about the GET Fund. He says the GET Fund has been uncapped. This is not good at all. What do you have for us, Antiba?
Ash thinking, he says, don't get surprised about A+. He is only in for the money. Haja Miriam says, this is what we voted for, Ghana on reset. Patrick Edusei says, Apostle Paul, more fire. Isaka Muhammadu says, the intriguing part is the monitoring amount. Hali Selassie says, interesting times ahead. Yao February says, when you look at the kind of pressure and burden constituents put on the MPs, this allocated GET Fund given to them to cater for the needs of their constituents is the best of its kind. Our interest and candid advice to them is for them to utilize it to the benefit of their people. From Yusuf, he says, Honorable Samuel Okujetu Ablakwe's second name is hypocrisy. What's the problem of flying the whole VEP abroad for treatment? However, what is good yesterday must be good today and vice versa. May Allah grant her good health. Lastly, from Asman Tego, he says, it's sad that our leaders are not having this country at heart. The NDC claimed that the NPP was milking the economy, but we can see the same thing unraveling here today. Over to you, Fatih.
All right, thank you, Anziba. So this is coming from Osman, and Osman says, it's just sad that our leaders are just milking us dry. God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. Yao PW says, NDC foot soldiers are happy because they know that they will get some 500 cedis in their pockets. These people don't think about this country at all. Frederick Asiama says, I weep for my beloved Ghana. Very soon we will call the verified Nana Akufo-Addo and give him his stone back. Dashtinkon says, they formulate the doom sword to steal by night. This is NDC for you. Annette says, they will use only 40,000 to build death traps and pocket the rest. This is just the tip of the iceberg, looting the state. Then SSA says, International Monetary Fund, please, our MPs have free money, so no need to help us again. Dashtinkon comes again to say, now MPs has them to supervisors. And lastly, coming from Frank Owusu, he says, Ghana is in a mess. How do you spend 250,000 for projects and 100,000 for monitoring? What a scam. What a thievery. Now back to you, Paul.
Okay. It's complicated, isn't it? It's all complicated. It's all complicated. It's very, very complicated. It's all complicated. It's very, very, very complicated. This story is a bizarre story, and I hope that, let me straighten my jacket. Oh yeah, thank you very much. I just hope that something is going to change about this. I just hope that something is going to change. It's not good at all. It's not good. How do you have a member of parliament taking 200,000 cedis to do a project and 150 to supervise it? And that's 410 million Ghana cedis. 100 million Ghana cedis. From Get Fund, it's not going to educate people. It's not training our young people. They're not sending them abroad for skills that may not be available here. They're not sending them into institutions here. They're not sending them to GIMPA to train them. Even if the money was sending MPs to GIMPA to be trained in communication skills, to be trained in project management, to be trained in assessment something, to be trained in basics analysis of contract law. Can't they spend that money on all the MPs, go there by sessions to the Faculty of Law for Romanatu Guba to arrange a training for all MPs on contract law, so that when the contracts come to Parliament, those of the MPs who may not be lawyers, who have skills in other areas can find it? Can't we do that, viewers? Can't we do that? Why are we putting the money in their pockets? 400 and A+ is quiet. A+ of all people that we had hope in. The independent candidate. We have stopped having independent candidates in Ghana. Because after Hawaii Akubu's independent, it wasn't working. A+ has showed us that if you are diligent with the people, it's possible to have an independent candidate. And the independent candidate goes to Parliament and his independent thinking has vanished into thin air. It has evaporated. A+'s independent thinking has evaporated. He is now part of the alleged corruption. The man who sat on UTV and gave us beautiful Saturday nights of great analysis and honest talking about politics. Now it is all evaporated. He's part of it anymore. But he's part of it now. He is an essential, integral part of it. And he's collecting 400,000 cedis. For what? What is that? What sense does this make? That's why the Abrofo are always laughing at us. That's why they think Africa can never rule itself. And Kwame Nkrumah said many years ago that we are going to show them that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. What happened to that statement? Akufo-Addo, who they said was a thief. He didn't give Get Fund money to MPs. He gave it to Ghanaians. As I said, Srem Sai benefited. My goodness. This is shocking. Completely shocking. As for Black Wise, hypocrisy is in through the roof. Total hypocrisy. And you know, we're going to deal with him. We're going to engage him. We're not going to deal with him. I take that back. We're going to engage him. Now, we're going to engage him this way. We just want him to settle down as foreign minister, because at the end of the day, he's a foreign minister of Ghana. He doesn't start his work and then we are filing papers and asking questions. No. The lawyers have been asking me, when are we filing? I say, wait. Let the foreign minister settle. Let him have full control of the foreign ministry. Let him have his deputy come in if they come, and let him have all the embassies aligned the way he wants them to be aligned. Let him determine the path of the foreign ministry. And then when he has settled down, we are now really ready to engage him with questions. RTI, this and that, that and that, that and that. You can rent a house at Airport Hills for 8 years, and then you are still taking 400,000 cedis of taxpayers' money. Why? What is this? What is this? So will do Jesus, Holy Spirit, Jesus, I'm not corrupt. Akufo-Addo is corrupt. MPP is corrupt. I love Jesus. You love Jesus and you plunder the state. You love Jesus and you take the taxpayers' money. You don't pay their BEC. Akufo-Addo was paying their BEC. You take their BEC out. Akufo-Addo paid their BEC. Akufo-Addo paid their SHS fees. Full boarding cost recovery. Akufo-Addo paid. Yes, sometimes the food was not good, but Akufo-Addo paid. For 8 years, he kept faith with the promise. He paid. So however money MPP stole, they gave some to the however money you allege MPP stole. I don't know that MPP stole money. I don't think MPP stole money. But you were alleging that MPP stole money. That's your allegation. It was still paying free SHS. It was still paying BEC. It was keeping the markets intact. Fires were not burning left, right, and center. I kept the lights on tonight as we speak. The whole Sunyani, doom. The whole Bolga, doom. The whole Wa, doom. Go and check your phone. Everybody is texting. Sunyani is doom. Akufo-Addo kept the lights on. And he didn't give 400,000 to his MPs. He kept it with Get Fund and educated Ghanaian people. My goodness, what is this? What is this? The containers, they said the containers went where? Okay, I have the camera now. Where did the containers go? The containers, where did they? I think I prefer this camera. It gives me a kind of nice feeling when I see the president's picture behind me. Yeah, I like this one. The containers, where did they go? So Dubik Mahama has been speaking, and everyone is calling everyone that, is that the ECGMD? He's a young man like that. He can speak Twi like that. Mahama, Dubik. He can speak Gantu. And after days of confusion, Minister Janapo started with, there are 3,300 containers at, let me understand it. A container at the Tema port can vanish without trace. I don't understand it. By the time a container leaves the thermoport, it has gone through plenty processes. What is the container name? Where is it coming from? Another place, you say this, another place. In fact, there's a database with Ghana Link of all the containers that are on their way coming. The containers that are not yet in Ghana, that have been earmarked to come to Ghana, there's already a database for it. There's a database for it already. The containers, there are a database for it already. So when a responsible minister for energy comes to tell us that the containers are, he doesn't know where they are, then we see letters from national security flying around that some containers are Jowulu, they should be auctioned. Then A+ comes to tell us that he saw something in Jowulu, some his constituency in Gomoa. There's some containers that somebody has been caught. Then they said that some Lebanese man Indian man has been arrested, and he said that the containers were sold to him. The person who sold the containers to the Indian man, does he not have a name? Does he not have a name? The containers, does he not have a name? Please prepare for me the photographs of the Attorney General and Eduji Tamaklo on the touch screen. Let me say something about them. Today I have something good to say about them. It's not bad. I have something good to say about Dominican Editor. It's not a bad thing, so don't worry. Don't be frightened. Don't worry. My supporters get frightened. Hey, what are you going to say about these people? They will come after you. Oh, Paul, stop talking about them. No, we'll talk about them. We need to talk about them. And we're not talking about them. We're talking about the flag. We're talking about the red, yellow, green. We're talking about the Ghana. We're talking about the fortunes of Ghana. We are talking about the integrity of the process. That's what we're talking about. The integrity of the process. What is the meaning of this? This is what we voted for. Doom, doom, doom everywhere. And then MPs are collecting 400,000 cedis. That finance minister comes to parliament and says, Mr. Speaker, we want to give every MP 400,000 cedis. And this is the reason we have been told that because the MPs don't have ministerial posts, there are too many, so you can't give all of them. So you every month, let's try and get them 400,000, and they'll balance themselves. Our taxpayers' money is being used to appease party people who didn't get ministerial position. The taxpayers' money is being given by the finance minister to MPs who didn't get minister because they didn't get minister, and there are too plenty. Wow. One day, very soon, we'll be mentioning Akufo-Addo's name. Very, very soon. Very, very, very soon one day. I'm not the one who's going to mention it. Everyone is, there will be a chorus if this thing continues. But let's pray that it doesn't continue, because if it continues, it's not in the interest of Ghana. No Ghanaian is going to benefit from this. Every Ghanaian is going to benefit from good governance from President Mahama. That's why the Bible says pray for your leaders, and that's why we pray for him. So let's hope that this doesn't continue. But if this continues, everybody is going to mention Akufo-Addo's name. A+ can be in parliament and collect money like this kind of money. The same A+ who was on UTV, on what they call entertainment something, showbiz something. United Showbiz. The ECG story will get into very great detail very, very soon, sometime this weekend. We have written to Mr. Dubik Mahama to spare some time and tell us some of his English and Twi and Ga. And we're going to ask him very tough and hard questions when he comes. But congratulations to the interviewers. That I saw the one on TV3 yesterday. It was good. Okanse did such a brilliant job. And I like that Sempa one. As for Kwabena Sante, I like the devil's advocate that he played in that interview. You know, he was very good. And Obi, as always, I love this democracy, and I love the relevance that the media is giving to themselves. It's amazing. And let me tell another story. This is separate from this, so you can decide not to take this one. Timer. Don't take this one. I was driving in traffic and I saw this guy. I don't, as usual, I don't know him. So he beckoned. I rolled down. He said, "Mr. Paul." I said, "Yes, sir." I thought he was an NDC person, so I was very cold. You know. "No, Mr. Paul." I said, "Yes, sir." "You are doing well." I still suspected. I said, "Okay, thank you." Then he said, "You see, because of you, have you seen that the journalism is changing?" I said, then I became interested. I said, "What is changing?" He said, "Because you have been telling journalists to read. Listen to Channel 1 and listen to City FM, Channel 1 TV and City FM. Enjoy. The journalists are doing well. They are doing like you. The research. The other day you yourself said some Joy FM guy was good. I'm happy. The journalism is good. They are doing very well." I looked at him, then I smiled. And I said, "Okay, thank you." I felt so glad. I felt so happy that if you cannot impart anybody, you can impart one person. The journalism, he says, is getting better. It's doing well. Let us be. I mean, if you look at the interviews, look at Okanse and Dubik last night. I loved it. Great interview. That's what journalism is all about. You can be NDC journalist and MPP. It doesn't matter. But you have to have fidelity to the research. It's always important. You can be anything. Fox is Republican, CNN is Democrat, it doesn't matter. When you watch both, you will see anyone can twist the story in the direction that they want. It's up to you, the viewer, to get convinced or not to get convinced. But the fundamental must show that there's an integrity which is coming out of fidelity to the research. The research says blue is blue. The 1992 Constitution says this in Article 11. That's what it is. You don't change that. And you ought, as a journalist, to know about it at least. And that's what is happening. I'm glad that it's beginning to come up. And by the next 10 years, when the young people who are in the first year university now in SSS, when they come up, oh my goodness, Ghana is going to be beautiful. I hope Sam George is going to complete the digital migration so that we can have real money in real media based on eyeballs, and that's going to work. I can't wait for that day. I'm here to meet with Sam George since he became Minister for Communication, but I'm taking my time. If I text him, he won't respond. So I want him to settle down, and then we'll go and engage. I will start the fight again for digital migration. Hopefully we'll succeed. Viewers, I'm not happy at all about this parliament. I'm not happy at all. I'm disappointed. Blackwa is a rich man. He's a rich man. You can rent a house in Port Hills for 7 years. Leave the taxpayers' money for them. Let it pay the BEC fees. Let the poor woman in Nkarie, in Kwamo, in Fumeswa, in Dwaso, in Ejuso, let this poor woman have the government give her 500 cedis to pay her child's BEC registration. You are asking the woman to come and pay. Why? And then you pocket 400,000 altogether, 110 million cedis gone to MPs for what? Supervise Get Fund projects. What does Get Fund project mean, Kra? What does it mean? What does Get Fund project mean? The Ghana Education Trust Fund is to educate Ghanaians. So are they going to build school? Are they going to build library? Are they going to build ICT center? Why can't that money be given to millions of Ghanaians? 110 million. If you give it to Get Fund, that look, give scholarships worth 110 million. That's like $8 million. Plenty people can go to Harvard. Plenty can go to Warwick. Plenty can go to SOAS. Plenty can go to LSE. Plenty can go to Princeton. Plenty can go to American University in Washington, D.C. Plenty can go to UCLA, Berkeley. Plenty Ghanaians. And when they all come back, they will bring the global understanding of what we need to do with policy. You can give Imani some of the money. Imani, take 30 young people. Tell them, all of you go to Imani. Imani, these are 30 young people. Select the best 10 for us. We are taking them to Harvard. And let's take them to Harvard to learn the things that concern us. Agriculture, construction, sanitation. Those things that concern our development at this time. The government is not able to do that with all the skill set we have in Ghana. The government, and is putting the money in the pocket of A+. Why? Why do we do this? And then on top of that, these are the people who raise fingers against Akufo-Addo. These are the people. That's why the hypocrisy is so nauseating. The hypocrisy and the insincerity is nauseating. And I refer to the Honorable Foreign Minister. I'm sorry, because he's Foreign Minister, I shouldn't be saying that about him. But this is nauseating. Why? Dominic Ayeni and Edruji Tamaklo have come up in mention in the ECG matter. So immediately when I heard the story, I was quite excited that, yay, another matter is coming. So as usual, fidelity to the research. So I told my people, look, let's research this thing properly. So we researched it. When we finished the research, it turned out, viewers, I have to say, it turned out that Dominic Ayeni and Tamaklo actually did something good for Ghana. So let me tell you the story. The ECG had been sued, okay, by some company. I can't mention the company's name, of course, a private company. They had been sued by this company in a foreign arbitration. This company was claiming $200 million from the ECG, okay, the electricity company of Ghana. This company was alleging that they had entered into a contract with the government of Ghana to become an independent power producer. And then in 2017, when the new government of Ghana arrived, they terminated the contract. These guys were upset about the termination of the contract, and so they filed an international arbitration. Okay. Now, when we go to international arbitration, there are some few rules that everyone needs to observe. So assuming that I sue the... who do I want to sue, Kra? Let me check out my jacket and decide I want to sue. I'll sue the VRA. Oh no, VRA don't have money. Tell who has money? Who has money that I can sue them? Oh, who in Ghana has money? Find something for me and I'll sue. Petroleum Commission, yeah, Petroleum Commission, they have money. So if I sue Petroleum Commission in an international arbitration, I have to have two things. I have to have my own lawyers, and then I have to have an expert witness. What is the meaning of expert witness? Expert witness will tell the arbitration panel that will describe to the arbitration panel the legal regime that operates in Ghana to make the case that indeed the contract has been compromised, violated, wrongfully terminated, etc., etc. That's what an expert witness does. So I have my lawyers and I have my expert witness. In this particular case, the people who had sued ECG had taken an expert witness, a name that I don't want to mention at this time, but very, very important guy. He's a distinguished lecturer of law in Ghana. So he was the expert witness on the other side. The ECG were left to defend themselves. They needed to have themselves their own lawyers, and then they also needed to have the expert witness. Now, the expert witness is about caliber, okay? Now, the contract that the ECG had terminated, they ECG believed that they had looked at the termination clauses and had done the right thing. That was their firm view of the matter. But the expert witness was going to argue on the side of the people who are sued, the Abrofono. The expert witness was Ghanaian, a very Ghanaian distinguished law lecturer. He was the one who was the expert witness. I won't mention his name now. And so the ECG decided that because we know that what we are doing is correct, the Deputy Attorney General, Dominic Ayine, was the one who signed the contract. Let's go to him and see whether he will be sincere. So they went to Dominic and said, Dominic, this contract that you did, look at the termination clauses that you wrote. Is it wrong for us to access the termination clause? He said, oh, no, it's not wrong. That's why we put it there. He said, can you come to the international arbitration and be our star witness? I'm sure he thought that you MPP people, but he said, okay. In the interest of Ghana, I'll do it. So that's the role that Dominic Ayine played. That's why they say he was an ECG lawyer. He was not an ECG lawyer as such, but he was representing the ECG as the star witness to convince the panel that as Deputy Attorney General, he did the contract and those termination clauses can be taken. So that's why Dominic Ayine worked for ECG together with Abara Tamakulu, who I've texted him. Please remind him. When I texted him, he replied, say, hey. I sent a request to his phone. Jifa Gunu, remind your brother that my text is pending. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow you should call me. Maybe I can come for the thing. I wanted petrol coupon. But he's an MPA. Every Friday he has petrol coupons plenty. So food soldiers, go to him. Eduji Tamakulu has plenty petrol coupons every Friday. The Goyle, plenty. One is 100 cedis. So if he gives you 4, it's 400 cedis. If he gives you 10, it's 1,000 cedis. Don't let him give it to only Jifa Gunu and Class P, Dela Russell and his friends. It's for all NDC food soldiers who work hard for John Dramani Mahama to be elected with the biggest landslide in the history of the Fourth Republic. Eduji Tamaklo has them. A petrol coupon, plenty. Me, myself, I requested. He hasn't responded. When I requested, he replied, hey. He's very happy. And I'm also very happy for him. But he has to send me the petrol coupon because I'm a news reporter for Ghana, I'm a news reporter. So this is the role that the two of them played. It's a noble role. It's not a bad thing. They did it even when they didn't need to do it. Because if the ECG loses, MPP has to pay 200 million. In the end, the award was less than 10% of what the people wanted. The people got the award, but because of Dominic Ahine's expression of the state of the law in Ghana, he was supported by Eduji from the law firm, and that's what happened. So that's what I want to say about these two people. Let me take the text messages. My Lord Justice Apreku, let me take the text messages and then I'll come to the photograph that you are hinting me about. So let's go to text messages. Now I'm sure there's a lot for us to share. Shall I start with Antoinette again? All right, please, Antoinette first.
Still on the allocation of funds, Frimpong Emmanuel says that JDM said once that there is no money in the public sector. So public sector employees were given just 10% increment, while in the NPP in 2024 gave 35% increment. But they have such amount of money to pay quarterly to NPs. God have mercy. Now, Yao February about the ECG says, Mohammed's explanation to the ECG missing containers is telling Ghanaians, we Ghanaians, that the containers were auctioned or released by the Ghana Port Authority and the GRA. Onana also says that at this rate, the NDC would collapse the nation before they leave. Paul, I tell you to let us wait and see. Now, Ayene Johnson says that one MP for Binduru says that the 15,000 Ghana cedis allocated to him even is not adequate for his work to be done. The NDC food soldiers are happy because they know they would get at least 500 Ghana cedis in their pocket. They don't think about the country, but their stomachs only. And lastly, Julius Amwako says everybody should be ashamed of themselves. 110 million every year. This is uncalled. What do you have for us?
Okay, coming from Asman Tego, he says, we hope that our country will be better someday so that all citizens and leaders will use our hospitals. Dennis Osei says, Paul is a good researcher and is very well versed in this field. Patrick Iduse says, Apostle Paul, you are shaking tables tonight. Nuruddin says, voting A+ as your MP. Ghana. Kojo says, this is what we want. 4 years will be long for some people. David Apreku says, this is serious, so Paul, God save Ghana. And then lastly from Francis Adam, he says, in all these, I will not blame the NDC, but I will blame the NPP who sat down for this power to slip. Over to you, Fatih.
All right, thank you, Ansaba. So on Musa Danko's poll research story, Nananya Ako says, among these honorable lots, I prefer Haruna Idris and one of my favorite MPs, Senator. I have long prophesied that Senator Rollins will be president after Bawumia has had his 8 years as the president. Osman Tego said it's just hard that our leaders are not having this country at heart. This NDC claimed that the NPP was milking the economy, but we can all see that this unraveling. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Bawumia Jr. says President John Dramani Mahama should update Ghanaians on the 12 missing containers which carries gold and the dollars. Just 4 months in office and this government is full of corruption. Guma says they left out Mahama Yariga as the majority leader. Stiffman says Musa Dankwa, the NDC poster is incredible, but this time we would tell who is going to win. I wish Nana Opoku-Agyeman speedy recovery. Akwesiamaka says, come to think of it, Mr. Blakwa didn't think they would be coming to power so soon. Everything he accused the NPP of is happening under his government. Shadrach says, Asiedin Ketia will phone TV3 and ask them not to bring Musa Dankwa to the station. And lastly, coming from Nana Kwame, says the NDC are best known for practicing politics without principles, which are the crusaders of no foreign travel for medical treatment, now conspicuously silent. The babies with sharp teeth should eat back their words. Did I hear Okujeto say with immediate effect? Tell him it is with immediate effect. Now back to you, Paul.
I've received 2 text messages that I'd like to comment on both of them. The first one is from my friend who is happy with my style of journalism. He says that I should say that Fifi Kweti's wife has been appointed managing director of Consolidated Bank. That's okay. That's fine. There's no problem with that, boss. He says his brothers in Canada admire me a lot. Oh, I admire them too. I admire them. Yes, Fifi Kweti's wife, congratulations to her. If she's qualified to be the managing director of Consolidated Bank, it's okay, no problem about that. I think I know that he had been doing banking for a while. Fifi himself was in banking before. So, I mean, if he's not qualified, then we can talk. If he's qualified, I think it's fine. Fifi Kweti's wife, managing director of Consolidated Bank, it's okay, no problem with that. If she's qualified for the job. Asiedin Ketia's son, my favorite man, he's a deputy managing director at MIF. Mineral Investment Fund. Congratulations to him. Nice. There's no problem. He's qualified to do it. The other day, Sir John's son was working at GIPC. He was the deputy MD of GIPC. I used to talk to him and encourage him a lot when his father died. Fantastic. There's no problem with that. If they are qualified, let them have it. But I received another text that is so gratifying to me, and I'm so happy about it. I'd like to share with you. Guess what? When I sat down, I opened my phone, I saw a text. The last time this person sent me a text was 30th April 2023. And then the next one is today. It says, hello. That's what she said. Long time, she says. It's so refreshing listening to you this evening. How Akum Sin has sent me a text. Yeah! Madam, how are you? I miss you so much. Keep faith, madam. All will be well. All will be well. How Akum Sin sent me a text and I'm so excited about it. She's watching the program and she says it's so refreshing watching me. Oh, Madam Hawa Kumsin. Okay, what's our next story, by the way? It's on touchscreen. All right, it permits me viewers to walk again. Yeah, this one, fantastic. Let me go and do it. Okay, let's do the story. Do we have a lot of time tonight? Oh, we are at 11 o'clock already. Oh, this probably then will be our last story, I think, so that we can all go to bed. Chelsea had won this evening, so some of us whose spouses are Chelsea, we have to go home and pretend that we are happy that Chelsea have won, even though we don't really care. You have to say, "Nan, Chelsea won, congrats." If you don't say it, Manchester United win and you are jubilating, then she will say that you, when Chelsea won, you didn't say it. You know, these days, how the marriage... okay, I leave it there. MPP went to Brian Achampon's hotel. What did they go and do? They went there to go and judge and unite, discuss and unite. The biggest unity photograph. Ken Ajapon and Mumuni Baumia, is it bringing something to people's mind? Is something coming in your mind? Something in your mind? Somebody on the ticket? Something? I don't know. What is on your mind? Viewers, when you look at this, what is on your mind? They are all in blue. Everybody is in blue. A blue suit and blue political suit. Kennedy Japon, the maverick politician. I swear to God. What the hell? I swear to God. Yeah, he's going to give a showdown. And then a very gentle and articulate Muhammadu Bawumia, you know, and those days, one thing Dr. Bawumia said that really excited people. 2015, he was doing one of his talks, his speeches, and then he was saying that in Ghana, the economy is so difficult that these days they don't call it economy again. They've given the economy a first name, and the economy is a surname. They call it the Midonyami economy, and everybody was laughing in the College of Surgeons. And you got to admire Dr. Bawumia, his wit. You got to admire. So here we are, the two giant problem solvers. They met at Brian Achampon's hotel. They were judged. I think they are still there. They are coming tomorrow because I was texting with Mohammed Amin Anta, and he told me that they are coming tomorrow. So when he comes, he'll call me. Where are the other photos? Is it only this one we have? Okay, all right. So can I roll it? Hey, this one is my favorite. Charlie, the guy in the middle is 81 years old. 81. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Addo Showboy, Addo Grandmaster, Addo Who is Who, Addo Who Says Man No Day. Nana Addo will love you like something. The people are sharing money, Nana Addo, they are sharing your Get Fund money, they are putting it in their pocket. The Get Fund money that you gave to Ghanaians, the people are chopping it. Oh, Nana Addo, where are you? Where are you? Addo Showboy. Alexa Fenyo Mark in there, he has swaggo. Guy is choking himself quietly there. Nana Addo and security people. You see, that's the thing I like about Nana Addo and his loyalty. These security men, they have been with him since 2008. He's been with him, sir. He went into government with them. He's come to a position with them. When you go, he's talking to them. You think they are the same level. They are their personal friends. They are arguing about football. He's punching their stomach. They are talking to him. They are eating with him. I mean, it's so admirable. The time will tell. Time, it will tell. Time, it will tell. Don't worry, it will tell. Now they are sharing 400,000. They won't pay free SHS. The BEC, they started asking them to pay their own exam registration 500 cedis. The thing Akufo-Addo paid for 8 years, they couldn't pay. The parents are paying. September, you go to Presec, you pay full cost recovery. You go to Wesley Girls, you pay full cost recovery. Is it not the same economy Akufo-Addo was managing that was doing the free? What's the point? What's happening? Akufo-Addo did free SHS, did the roads, flower pot. Go and look at all the roads. Oh, now these days, if you like, check your Facebook. When you see the Minister of Roads, he's always in some far away place because the roads around have been done. Then they say, okay, there's more here. There's more filler in this thing. There's more filler here. This is Joe Wise, one of the most gentle politicians that you ever find. Really, really nice guy. But what excites me in this photograph is the presence of Boakye Ejakun. Oh, Boakye. Thank you so much for coming. You will not get a better political brain than Boakye Ejakun. If you sit with Boakye like I have sat with him for many hours, my goodness, the guy has brain. He knows politics. He's not a lawyer, but he knows law. He knows international politics. He knows Ghanaian demographic politics. Boakye is the first person who told me that the demographic of voters in Greater Accra, the Ghans are not number one. I said, who is number one? He said, guess. I said, you tell me, and stop the guy. He said, oh, you guess. Then he'll sip his, Boakye is always with green tea. He'll sip his green tea small. I said, who? Then he showed me the paper. He said, Ewes are up there. I said, really? He said, yes. So this is why we have to fight it. When you want political strategy, Charlie, no one comes past Boakye Jackor. And that's why I think that they invited him here. This is Boakye Jackor. Fantastic guy. And I'm happy that he's looking at Akufo-Addo smiling, because there's a lot of tension between them. You remember? Tension, proper tension that you can hold in the air. Tension. But now it's all gone. Sometimes opposition is good, oh. Sometimes it is good. When you stay in government small, you come to opposition small. You stay in government small, you come and reset small. But don't come and be a hypocrite. No. Just be sincere with yourself. Akudjeto should have been like John Mahama. Just be sincere. Don't be a hypocrite and be saying things that you cannot defend. Oh, let me close my button. Okay. Oh, sorry. Viewers, 1 minute. My button. This my tailor is worrying me. Tension was there, but now it's gone. Okay. Let's go on to look at the photographs. Justice Apreko, this will be our last story, so don't worry. This will be our last story. And then, okay, this is now Nana Addo shaking hands with Boakye Jackor. And the smile of Kennedy Japan, it means something. It looks like the MPP unity is coming, oh, yeah, 2028 will be fiery, oh. Hey. When they settle down and the elephant is ready and he begins to roar, time will tell. Time will tell. This is the photograph I was looking for. Is that Patricia Appiah I can see? Afenyo marking, look at his expensive shoe that he's wearing. Afenyo marking, Afenyo. You like swagger too much. Afenyo has too much swag. Afenyo. Hey, look at the man in blue. Afenyo is about 45. This one is 81. Hey, Charlie, where is Akufo-Addo getting this grace from? Should we go and find some? Maybe we should go and visit him and ask him that Addo show boy now I didn't cry na say. Look at, I don't know Patricia Appiah, I have to be sure. But look, these people are maybe 50, 40, 50 something. Maybe this guy looks young, nice, 38, Afenyo 44, 45, 81. They should have written 81 in front of him. 81-year-old man. My goodness. Charlie, this guy, God has given him something. God has given Addo show boy something. Nanado, we love you, we love you. Oh, Hassan Tampuli is one of my favorite people. Oh, look at him here. And Gideon Boako, I can't see this guy well. I'm not sure. Vincent Nyako is what you said? Kingsley Nyako. Hey, Toronto, you have fell out. He says it's quite so MP. Kingsley Nyako. Because he does Good Morning Ghana production, he knows them. How many phones Afenyo Markin has? Because this is not an iPhone. The other day, when I saw him, he was holding Afenyo Markin. This one is Samsung. And the other day, he was holding iPhone. Afenyo has plenty phones. Hey. Okay. Gideon Boako is a nice guy. He came on Good Evening Ghana, gave us a Charlie. As for Hassan Tampuli, he's a sweet guy. You have to just sit with him and have a chat. Then you see how sweet he is. So this is everyone. Oh, I was delighted to see Abna Osasare in Parliament speaking the other day about the budget. She spoke so well. Kennedy Japan is here, Hassan Tampuli is here. But where is Brian Achampong? Let me look for him. The thing was happening at his hotel. Why is he standing at the back? Oh, Brian Achampong is not in the front row. Hey, Brian, if you are part of the presidential candidates, come and stand in the front row. Don't be sitting at the back. Otherwise, they won't vote for you. Because the first line is the presidential candidates. So, Boakye Jackor, Kennedy Japan, Hassan Tampuli, Joe Wise, Bumuni Baumia, former president, Afenyo Markin. Now, Sasa, you can do nice running mate. Oh. Viewers, what do you think? Charlie, fine running mate, pal. Former deputy minister of finance, chartered accountant, very soon she'll be a lawyer, running mate. Charlie, it's not bad, cry. It's not bad. As for Jerry there, he's just a happy man. Every day he's happy. Oh, Jerry. Who else am I missing? Oh, beautiful people. Everybody here is beautiful. Where is Rudolph? Rudolph and Lawrence Ajinsam. Lawrence Ajinsam is... Adjosafu will not be here. Hey, Adjosafu, hey, please don't mention Adjosafu's name here. Hey, if Adjosafu comes here, fire will burn into this thing. The whole hotel will come down. Oh, I'm looking for Lawrence Ajinsam and Rudolph, the Central Region. You see, Central Region, MPP didn't win many. So when we see them, we have to crow them. But Afenyo Markin is Central Region too. Lawrence Ajinsam and Rudolph, where are they? Oh, I have to find them. Please, viewers, forgive me. We'll end very soon. It's 11 o'clock. We'll end very soon. Okay, I'll find them. On the Facebook one, I'll find them. But the blue thing. I think when you are going for MPP event, Afenyomakin next time you should wear blue. Akufo-Addo blue, Bawumia blue, Kennedy blue, Boakye Jaku blue. Is it the presidential candidates? Why? Where is Brian Achampon la? Brian, the thing is happening at your hotel. You are not there. What is that? You are hosting the thing for MPP. You are not there, Brian Achampon. Oh, Brian. Okay, no problem. The blue means something. Oh, please. If you want to be part of the presidential candidate thing, wear blue. Kennedy Japan is one of the biggest assets that the MPP has. If you look at his sense of purpose, you can tell. Okay. This is our man, Dombre, General Secretary, Afenyomakin, Abna, and Itim Fojo, who is fighting them. He says that the people are doing cocaine. They should come and answer. We'll deal with that story later. And Gideon Boakong. This is very beautiful. Oh, this is nice. That is a closer version from the Big Shot. Charlie, Adodanko Akufo-Addo, pa dear. There's something he has. So, 81 pa dear. 81. Charlie, this guy is solid. And then this is the good one. More pictures from. But they've been there long ago. They are still there. So, this is the Western Regional Minister. Very nice guy. Very nice guy. Oh, Charlie, the MPP corpus, they look happy. I don't die in opposition, don't they know that? That's Afenyomakin is massaging Boakye or he's whispering. Afenyomakin. Oh boy, okay. They are still meeting. So when they come back, then we'll get the filler. Oh, there was questions and answers as well. Oh, that is very nice. Wait. This picture is dangerous. This photograph is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Kennedy Japan, Brian Achampon, and Mahamudu Bawumia. If the ballot paper can take 3 people instead of running mate and vice, like maybe they should be presidential candidate, running mate 1, running mate 2. Maybe we should introduce that into our constitution. Dr. Prempe, are you there? Let's introduce running mate 2, vice president 2. So that we can manage it. But this is a beautiful photograph. It shows a lot of unity, shows a lot of camaraderie, and I think it's excellent. Hopefully, the mighty minority will bounce back and be able to do their work well. That's the last of the photograph. I think that the decision to host all of them together in one place and have a conversation and a strategy, it worked very well. They should continue doing that and give Ghana the opposition that Ghana deserves, not a position of hypocrisy, not a position of insincerity, not a position of insults, not a position of wrong, but a constructive opposition that can make Ghana work for the better of all Ghanaians. On that note, at 11:22, it's my distinguished pleasure to end the show. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Tuesday. Good night.
Obian Sevi. Oh my young cassette. Oh yeah, Mekra. Ejonya miye. Humayem bon cassette. Everybody, let's go. Ejonya miye.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet safer.